Yes, Charlie girl, we are back. Oh my goodness, I'm laughing. Hi, Eagle. Hi, Carla. Hi,
Yes,
CCK.
Charlie girl,
Oh,
we are
I
back.
gotta pause that. Sorry. Puss in Boots. Sorry, guys. I just really wanted to keep, um, I wanted to really keep my crime, and my YouTube chit chat. Hi, Dog Mom. Welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat. Welcome. Black Dahlia, hello. So yeah, I wanted to keep it, chit chat versus crime. I didn't want to kind of get it mixed up, but I definitely wanted to talk about some YouTube debacle. It was quite funny. I wanna clear the air and explain it my way because, as we all know, I can't take any more. Commit me, CCK. I'm with you, girl. But we all know, like, when you're in a chat and you're typing, people can take it the wrong way. People can twist it and turn it and manipulate it to fit their narrative or whatever. So I'm here to explain what I did today and what I meant by it. So Mandy Bell was live today. What she was live about, I really don't know, to be honest with you. I think it's a lot about her past and, with some people and whatever. I get kind of lost in all that because I think there's way too much explanation, and I kind of get lost. And I'm one of those people, like, get to the point or you're going to bore me to death and then I'm not paying attention. That's me. So it was kind of like, get to the point. But anyways, um you don't know, go tell her that. Right. Like, you totally lose me. You just do. Hey, Brian. So she was losing me. But there was a part in there that I was listening to. It kind of perked up my ears that she was trying to watch Wonderful Perplex QT's channel. Now, again, everybody thinks that all I do is talk about her, but really I'm not. It's really a story that I'm telling. I'm not talking about you. But, anyways, so Mandy was talking about the live Perplex did last night, and she was trying to watch the live. Now, the live says it's 3 hours and something minutes, but Mandy and everybody else that clicked on it could only get to like an hour and something minutes, and it would end, and nobody knew what was going on. Everybody was kind of like, well, maybe it's not done uploading yet, blah blah blah. Well, as we all know, yes, does it take a while for a stream to upload? Yes, but not a 3 hour one. A 3 hour one doesn't take hours and hours and hours and hours. And mind you, Mandy was live in the daytime with Laura's previous live from the night before. So we all knew that it was downloaded. So I went into the chat and I had said that maybe, hold on, guys, I need some light. I had went into the chat and I said maybe Laura had edited her live. Okay, that's what I said. I came in and I said maybe she had edited it, and Mandy Bell read it, and Mandy Bell was like, thank you for saying that. Now I don't feel like I'm being gaslit. Now, the reason I said that is because, do I watch Laura personally? No, I don't. I do not watch. It said I had the full 3 hours. It said I was on my phone, but I didn't watch it. Okay, Christy, there's a lot of confusion, and I'll get to that. But at the time that Mandy went live and was talking about it, supposedly a lot of people couldn't get. And like I said, the only reason why I spoke that it might be edited is because while Laura was live last night, I have people that will send me screenshots from time to time because, there people in the chat are just bullshitting, talking out their ass, whatever it may be. So I get screenshots from time to time. And at that time, Laura was showing screenshots on her screen, basically screenshots. Makeup Mobster was in the live telling Laura, take that down, that's the wrong one, you didn't edit it right. So obviously, when you do screenshots, you try to redact as much as possible so people's identity doesn't come out or whatever. So, and sometimes, as we all know with Laura, she's famous for that. She has done it so many times, she's famous for it, where she will put something out and it's not redacted, and then she's doxing somebody and everybody has a heart attack and freaks out. Where, Makeup Mobster is more where she tries really hard to redact things and keeps people's identity and stuff. And Laura, she's kind of like, so hard up on proving her point that she doesn't look at anything and she just puts it out there because she needs to prove her point right then and right now. So I got screenshots where Makeup Mobster was freaking out, like, take that down, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. So when I went into Mandy's and I heard them talking about Laura's live, I had said, maybe she edited it because of that reason. And I said in the chat, I only am saying this because of the screenshots I saw of Makeup Mobster saying, Laura, take those down, Well, next thing you know, I got bombarded from the perplexed friggin' guru herself and all her flockers. And they're saying, Jenna, why are you trying to start trouble? You're lying, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a second. For one, I never said it as a fact. For two, I was giving a suggestion. All you had to do was come in and say, no, I didn't edit it, which she did after she freaked out. She came in and said, I didn't edit shit. Well, tonight, I got an email. Let's just say I got an email with the screenshots. And the screenshots from Laura's live last night to the screenshots from the edited live, you can tell she took down screenshot, which is fine because I think, in my opinion, that's the right thing to do. You were doxing somebody. You were exposing something that shouldn't have been exposed. So, Laura, you did the right thing by editing the live. But what I don't understand is you're doing the right thing. You edited the live. Really not that big of a deal. Why come in and lie and say you didn't edit it when obviously you did? Well, then Red Dragon, who is a Laura supporter, which was a friend of mine, came into Mandy Bell's chat and was like, Jenna Moon is just trying to start trouble because she's on the hate train. That's what I got. And I was gonna leave it alone. I was driving, I was listening, I was gonna leave it alone, and I was like, nope, you know what? That is why I have a channel. I'm not gonna leave it alone. So I did a quick 11-minute live like a couple hours ago. And I basically said to Red Dragon that I am not on a hate train about Laura. I don't hate Laura. Do I watch her? No. Did I choose to stop supporting her? Yes. But do I hate her? No. Do I sit here and talk about facts? I do. Did she send me an empty perfume bottle? She did. Did she have secret chats and lie to all her Patreons? She did. Does she not tell people where to go but give them attitude if they're caught in someone else's life? She does. So everything that I have ever said since starting my channel is the truth. It's not a hate train. I just feel like people should know the truth, right? So I not call her out, I don't want to use that word, but I basically tell Red Dragon, look, we were friends, and we were. And when I left Laura's support, I had a Discord because, like I have told everybody that's in here, that the hardest part of leaving Laura was I am the conductor of the hate train. Woo, woo. Everybody get on the caboose. Let's go. The hardest part for me leaving Laura was the girls that are in there, right? So when I left, I decided that I would do a Discord and I would invite some of the girls. Now, mind you, me and two other girls had left at the same time, so they were in my Discord with me. And then I invited a couple of girls that I was really close to into my Discord. When I brought them in, I said, look, I made this Discord. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to stay. But I made this Discord because I feel like we're friends. And you want to support Laura, I have nothing against that. That is your choice. That is what you want to do. And I'm not going to not be friends with you because you choose to support Laura and I choose not to. Okay? So it was going really well. Then some stuff started happening. Mind you, I don't have a Discord anymore, but some stuff started happening. A couple of people had left. I booted a couple of people because some funky stuff was going on. Well, Red Dragon had messaged me and said, I'm going to leave because, if something comes up, I don't want to be put in an awkward position. So for me reading that, and Red Dragon can say how she wants, but for me reading that and knowing Laura, it was more how I took it is she didn't want to be in my Discord because she was worried that Laura would find out. And if Laura found out, Laura would, be mad at her or not trust her or think she was a mole or think that she was leaking information from Laura's Discord into my Discord. And I don't think she wanted to be involved in that. And that was perfectly fine with me. I said, I wish you well, Red Dragon, go, whatever. But since that day, I have not spoken to her, except today when she told me I was the conductor of the hate train. Toot toot. So when I did my live, I called her out for Common Ground Night. I said, I know that I've never done anything to you. We were friends. You stopped talking. I stopped talking. I never did anything to you, but now you're sitting there saying I'm on a hate train for Laura when Red Dragon and everybody else in there knows, whether they want to admit it or not, that I have not lied about jack shit that has been said. And, so that is not what you said. Do you want me to read it? That is not what you said. I can read it because I still have it. So I went and let me finish my story before you butt in and confuse me. I'll let you have a voice. Give me a second. So I say, meet me on common ground. I really would like to know. I would really like to know because I know that you're going to come on and say, because I did this to Laura and I did that to Laura and I did this to Laura and I did that to Laura, because we know I didn't do anything to you. So basically, you're mad at me because you want to protect, you still want to support Laura. So you're going to say, you're mad at me because of that. But in all reality, that has nothing to do with us, right? So I sit there and I offer the common ground. Well, she comes into my comment sections and says, let me see, let me go to my comment section so I can say exactly what was said so I don't misquote it. Basically, she came on and said, is it there? Yes, it's this. I've got to pause it. Ooh. She came in and said, I think she said it under ninnies. She says, come on over to Laura's and I'll tell you exactly what my problem is with you. And I said, well, that's funny. She has me blocked. Shocker, Laura blocks everybody. So you want me to go over to a channel that's blocked, but not here nor there. And I said, plus I don't watch her. So I don't know when she's live and I'm not sub to her. But I said, here, I'll do this for you. I will cancel my offer for Common Ground Night. I have my own platform. I was kind of being a snark. I'm using Laura's famous line. I have my own platform. I will do a live and you can come on to my panel and tell me what you need to say. Or start your own channel and I'll come to your platform. Well, I did my true crime live, and as I was ending it, I said that I was going to come live and address a few things. And I had noticed Red Dragon wrote again. And she wrote, after you lied to me, I would never lower myself to ever come on your panel. I loathe the day I ever met you and others in Patreon. Have a good life with your lies and deception. Now, that was quite interesting to me because I don't know what I could have possibly lied about to Red Dragon. Unless Red Dragon, which is famous, is going to run to Laura, say what I say, and then Laura's going to spin it and say, that's not how it was. And she's going to believe Laura over me. So that makes me a liar. Because I've never had interactions with Red Dragon other than about Laura. So I don't know if it's about the secret chat. I don't know what it could possibly be, but I can put money on it that why I was a Patreon, and even after I was a Patreon, I never once lied to you about anything that I said. So if you want to take what Laura told you at face value and consider me the liar, that's on you. And I feel sorry for you because as everybody has proven time and time and time and time again, that Laura does lie. Even though she tries to say she doesn't, she does. I think, it's been proven time and time again. But I was called a troll in Tracy's just for making a comment to you about Leo Sensi when I was home for my cousin's funeral. Now, if you don't think Laura did that whole Sensi thing to get back at Leo's wife, you're done crazy. Because we have text messages in the chat where Laura specifically said she would never do Sensi because it's too expensive. And then all of a sudden, Leo's wife leaves and she becomes a Scentsy consultant. Really, Red Dragon? So you honestly think that she miraculously came up with a Scentsy to be a Scentsy consultant because she enjoys Scentsy's? Mind you, she bought one box and now she makes her own candles? Really? You know, and I know, and everybody else knows exactly why Laura became a Scentsy consultant. Okay, but I'm not the one that said that. So, again, I'm not the one that said that you guys all were told. Wasn't me. So, what did I lie about yet? I'm still waiting because that wasn't me that said that. And if that was your decision, that's fine. But isn't it funny? Like I said, this is how friendships end because people can't be real women on here and stay friends with people because they leave Laura. I was still friends with you guys even though I left Laura. I even told you guys, you know, I don't care that you're with Laura. That's your choice. But you're going to stop ordering from Leo's wife for no good reason because she left Laura and you don't want to hurt Laura. So once Laura became a consultant, you decided you would order from her. If you think we all don't get this, we get this. We're all ex-Patreons. We know how it works. And just because you're still under the blinders of it and you don't see it, eventually you will. But we know the manipulation game. We know how it works. We know how it all works. So Leo's wife didn't. You're not white knighting. Okay. If you want to say you're not white knighting for anybody, okay, we'll give you that. We'll give you that, Red Dragon. I'll give you that. I'll give you that you're not white knighting for anybody. You're just standing behind the person you support. And I give you that. I give you that. Red Dragon, you don't have blinders on, but did Laura lie to you about secret chats? Please tell me you're not going to lie for her. Because I could have sworn you're one of them that asked about those secret chats, and she flat out told you there was none. Until she invited you to one. So you're going to tell me that you never asked her and she didn't lie to you? And that's fine. If you don't want to feel like you have blinders on, Red Dragon, that's fine. Don't feel like you have blinders on. Like I said, if you want to support Laura, all power to you. It's your money. It's your life. Support and like who you want. But my problem has nothing to do with Laura. My problem is you're going to sit here and say that I lied to you when I didn't. I never lied to you. I was a good friend to you. Just because maybe what I told you, Laura wants to lie to you about, doesn't mean I lied. It just means that you want to believe Laura over me. That doesn't mean I lied. That just means that you choose to believe Laura over me. Because I'm telling you, whatever you come out with that you said I lied about, I can prove I didn't. It's just that you choose to believe Laura, and that's okay. But I am not on no hate train against Laura. I even told you back in the day, I don't hate Laura. I care about Laura. I want the best for Laura. I want her to succeed. I want her to go do her thing. That's why I don't watch her. You said you would never talk shit or bash Laura. Well, I don't bash Laura and I don't talk shit. I sit here and I say what the facts are. That is not talking shit and that's not bashing. That is letting the community know what I saw and what I went through in those chats. Everything I said isn't a lie. Did she send me an empty perfume bottle? She absolutely did. Did she treat me like crap after everything I did for her? She absolutely did. I sat there and ran her Discord. I sat there and did everything that woman asked. She couldn't say thank you. She didn't show appreciation. And I bet you right now, right here, she couldn't tell you anything about my life. But I can tell tons about hers because, again, like I said, I was her friend. She was never mine. So you might call it bashing. You might call it shit talking. I call it my feelings are hurt and I'm not going to cover or hide what the truth is anymore. I'm not doing it. And I've never done it maliciously. I've never done it in a derogatory way. I don't call her names. I don't swear at her. I don't belittle her. I sit here on my panel and speak fact. You call it bashing, I call it the truth. It's just a difference of opinion. Doesn't mean I lied to you. I don't get on that hate train when everybody calls her names and calls her Larry and calls her ugly and calls her all this and that. You won't see one comment from me, not one, saying that about Laura. Not one. And I would love for you to find one or a voice recording of me saying that because you'll never find one. I sit on my panel or I sit in a chat and I respectfully tell my truth. And I respectfully show people the truth. She was plain out lying to Patreons that there wasn't a secret chat. These people are paying her and expecting her to tell them the truth. And she is flat out lying to them. Not anymore. She's not lying to them anymore, but she was. People that trusted her, people that believed in her. She would sit there and they would ask, do you have secret chats? No, I don't got secret chats. Even the people in the secret chats lied to the Patreons that there was secret chats. So if you want to call that bashing Laura, if you want to call that talking shit on Laura, then that's on you guys. Because it's not, because people deserve to know everything when they're paying her. Because in all reality, you and everybody else that is a Patreon, you're her boss. She's not you, your guys' boss. But I have never talked bad about you, Galloway, Red Dragon. I've never talked bad about you. I let you go. I sent you best wishes. I told you to continue supporting her. So for you to come at me like you are, when I haven't said a goddamn word to you, I have not bashed you in a chat. I haven't talked crap about you. I hadn't run around and say you're white knighting for Laura. But you're going to sit there and come in a chat and say that Jenna's on the hate train now. I'm not on no hate train. Serendipity, exactly. Jenna even invited a few to stay. connected when she left. I absolutely did. I absolutely did. And I will even screen share my chat where I told them the first part, the day I opened my Discord, I said, I opened this Discord because I felt like you guys were my true friends. I had a huge connection with you. And if you guys want to stay with Laura, that is perfectly fine. I respect that. But I can't do it anymore. But my friendship with you has nothing to do with Laura and it has nothing to do with Patreon. I care about you. And you know what? Every single one of them that were Patreons left. Every single one of them don't talk to me anymore. And it's because, and I don't care what anybody says, it's because they were scared to death of Laura finding out. Because Laura would instantly think they were a mole. Laura would instantly think that they were taking stuff from the Discord and sharing it with me. Because, like, right now, I could say so much about what you guys said in my Discord, but I won't stoop to that level. I would not throw you guys under the bus about that because it has nothing to do with you guys. It has to do with how Laura treats her Patreons. Point blank, period. It's how she treats her business. Point blank, period. She thinks all it is for her is money. Sorry, that's my opinion. It's all about money. And as long as she's getting that money, she's happy. But do you honestly think, look at us. I was one of her main girls. One of her main girls. And if we want to go back, when I started my lives, I wasn't even talking about Laura. The first night that I talked about Laura is when Laura sat on a panel and called me out because one of my friends' husbands died and because I didn't do it correctly in her standards and I wasn't a true friend. That is the day all bets were off. Because you know what? It was none of Laura's business to put her nose in. And that's the day all bets were off and I was about to show everything. So if you go back, because I don't delete my lives, all my lives prior to that, I didn't say a word about Laura. Not one. She was the one that threw first blood. And if she would have kept her nose out of my business and my friendship's business, we wouldn't be here right now. But she wants to sit over in her live and act like I'm sitting here just dogging her, that I just make up I just want to drag her because I'm on the other side now. That's not why. And you can sit there and you can believe her, and every Patreon that's lurking right now can believe her. Go for it. That's your choice. But don't sit there and say I'm an asshole because I decided that you guys should know the truth. Don't sit there and say I'm an asshole because I sat there and ran her Discord and I stayed up all hours of the night, and every time she called, I jumped and I got an empty perfume bottle. That was my thanks. And let's talk about how when I would confide in her and she would sit on a panel and throw me under the bus and then say, oops, sorry. That's not what friends do. That's not what friends do. Did I ever throw Laura under the bus? Hell no. And I could have thrown Laura under the bus for a year and a half, and I never did. I stood by her even when I didn't agree. But I sit there and give her a little bit of something, and she sits there and she can't even keep it a secret for 1 minute. I literally told her something. We got off the phone. She fired up that live, and within 10 minutes, she threw me under the bus, and she knew exactly what she was doing. Because she didn't care about me enough. She wanted to get back at that other person. That was more important than my friendship with her. So don't sit here and come into somebody's life and say that I'm on a goddamn hate train. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, chat. Had to get that out. It's been a long time. A long, long time. A long time coming. So I'll read chat now and I'll take a cigarette break. Jenna, when you get a minute, Galloway wants the link. Sure. If anybody else wants one, you're more than welcome to come up. Sorry, I was on a minute. Sorry, Mar. Hi, it's Serendipity. Hi, Winky Whispers. Hi, Julie A. Everybody, TL Hodge, Cheryl W. Thank you guys for all coming in. Thank you guys. I'm sorry I didn't. Yep, she said after 6 of us left, she said, oh, well, 9 more will come. That stung about it. Exactly, Truth. It was never about the friendships. It was always about the money. Those 6 people were your ride or dies. Those people were the ones that would get up with you in the middle of the night. Those were the ones that would sit on a voice call with you for hours so you could vent. And then when we left, you were like, oh, well, so what? Who cares that they left? More will come. It's all about money, and I don't care what anybody says. That's what it's about. And she says it, and you know it when she sits there and says this is a business. So if you're sitting in there thinking that you're her friend as a Patreon, you're never her friend. It's about the money. Hey, Tawanda.
Hi, honey.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I feel way better now. Sorry. I feel way better because I've been holding that back for a long time. I always beat around the bush and I throw little things out here, but I think this is my first live that I was absolutely brutally honest.
I get it. I understand it. I think I had to make about 20 videos. I'm not laughing at you.
You're right, but until you got to that point where it was time to be brutally honest and say how it really affected you. Because if she thinks us leaving didn't affect some of us, it absolutely did. If she didn't think it hurt to leave, it did. When we sat there and gave her every opportunity and told her, you know, we can't take much more. Please change. Please go back to true crime. Leave this drama alone. We want to support you, but we can't support the bullshit. You know, and she chose the bullshit over us. And if you don't think that stung a little, it did.
I know, but you know what? I got to tell you, Jenna, you said something to me that made me go, wow. When you said you were her friend, Tawanda, she wasn't your friend.
Exactly. And that's how I feel.
And you told me you had to come to that reality. And I'm telling you, that reality hurts.
It did.
It did hurt. It did hurt. It did hurt. And you know what? I think I'm a couple months ahead of you in the hurt. So it's going to get better, Jenna. It's going to get better, babe.
It will.
You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. You know, just like the truth is doing a great job. All of us are out here surviving. We're doing good. We're bringing the community together, I think. I think that, I mean, look what you did.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I just think it's all a good thing.
It is a good thing. I have to say, leaving, I'm not stressed anymore. I feel good about what I'm doing with my channel and stuff, but I'm sorry, today when I saw Red Dragon sit in a panel and on a chat and say that I'm part of the hate train, it was just like a dose of hell. Oh no. Oh no, because that I'm far from that. Even though she wants to sit there and say Truth built her channel off of her, I built it, you're building it, all the, serendipity, all of us. That is so not true. For one, Serendipity and Truth had their panels way before. Truth really doesn't do the drama. Serendipity, I just love her to pieces because she is just as brutally honest. And I love that about her. And I love what you're doing with your channel. But I am so tired of hearing that it's because of her we're here where we are. No, we're where we are because of us. It has nothing to do with you.
Nope, nope. And I know it hurts because you were in the same mod chat I was with Red Dragon, and
Yep,
I still, in my heart of hearts, I know the real Red Dragon, and I love her
yep,
to pieces. And
yep.
I'm not. I have a feeling one day that stuff's gonna get dropped on her too, and we just gotta be strong for her. And it's what? Don't take anything to heart. Don't take anything to
Right,
heart.
exactly.
Because you're a good girl, and I
Thank
love you to
you.
death.
I love you too, Tawanda. Hi, Galloway. Hi, Tracy.
My
Hey,
girl.
I won't be long. You want to go first, Trace? It's fine. Go ahead,
I
hon.
I was just gonna say when Jenna brought up the fact that Laura says that I built my channel off of her. How many times has Laura said all the haters have built their channel off of her?
I think
Well,
you
you
could
can't
say
have it, but
you probably built your channel off Brian more than you did.
you can't have it both ways.
Right,
You can't have it both ways,
right.
because I was a big Laura supporter and my channel grew and grew and grew. So you can't sit up there and say that I built my channel off of her back, but so did the haters, because I wasn't a hater. So you got to make up your mind. Either the haters built their channels off your back, or other people that supported you built their channels off your back. Can't have it both ways.
They support you, Tracy, because they
Mona,
like you.
that would be me. My real name is Kelly, and she does that to dig at me because I have never used my real name on YouTube. I've always been Aries 41 or I have been Jenna Moon. So when she goes live and wants to talk crap about me, instead of saying Jenna Moon, she says my real name. So now everybody knows my real name is Kelly. Yes.
I love that name, Kelly. That was my brother's name. So,
Right?
yep, I love that name. So she
And
can
he spells it, doesn't he spell it the same way I do? Isn't
no,
it EY?
no, he was just Y.
He was just Y.
Yeah. So I love that name. So she can keep calling it because I love that name. So if she just does it because she knows that it irritates you. No worries
Jenna,
about
Exactly.
you
it.
think that because I always, when I would at Tawanda, I would always write it with it. I spell it like yours. So you probably think that her brother's name is spelled like yours because I always spell your brother's name with the extra E. Tawanda.
Maybe. That's maybe why. Yep.
That's
Well,
okay.
I just think common sense tells you that how many have left now? And I mean, we were ride or die. And we all left for our own reasons.
Yeah.
When I left, I didn't call Tawanda or Pixie or Ainsley or
Nope.
Mar or Serendipity, or I didn't call any of them and say, hey, come over here with me.
I didn't even know you left.
See, there you go. Because towards the end, I was being treated so shitty. And I felt like I was more of a burden to her Patreon than I was anything else. Because her and I were getting, we were butting heads all the time. I wasn't attending her live streams. I wasn't wrenching, you know. I, I mean,
Okay,
one night
I
I
gotta
even told
say,
her I had diarrhea.
I know.
She said, she's like, Tracy, are you going to wrench tonight? And I was like, I don't know. What's it about? I got diarrhea. I
No,
mean,
she
just
didn't
to,
say that. She said, "Who's working tonight?"
yeah.
And Tracy goes, "Not me. I don't think so. I got diarrhea." And I'm sorry. That was funny though, Tracy.
It was funny because she had to come up with something really quick. I remember that night because she didn't agree with what Laura was going live about. And I do have to say, I was in there when Tracy was in there, and she absolutely was being treated wrong. And I remember it was the night before her birthday, and she woke up the morning of her birthday, and Laura had kicked her out of Discord and talked so much crap about her, and it was horrible. It was her birthday and she was just so brokenhearted, and it broke my heart because Laura lied and said that she didn't remove Tracy.
she
That
did
some
too.
Yep, and she absolutely did kick Tracy out.
Tracy was good to Laura.
She
Tracy was
blamed it
very
on
good.
Ninny.
Yep,
Did we
she
all
blamed
forget
it
that
on
part?
me. You're right. She did, and
That's
and,
what Ninny
and I
said.
had to explain
I don't
to
remember Laura saying it to me, but Ninny said that, I believe.
yeah, and
I
I
could
had
be
to
wrong.
explain to Tracy because Tracy didn't know how Discord worked, and I said, Tracy, there was no possible way Ninny could have kicked you. You have to be an administrator to be kicked. So how would Ninny kick you? And Tracy just didn't get Discord, you know? It's, Tracy, she pushes buttons and don't even know where she goes. So she just kind of bought it, And I was like, Tracy, honey.
Tracy's in the live on her own chat. Tawanda and Dana on panel. I'm like, oh, hell no. Tracy's like, oh, yeah, I'm down here now.
Yeah, I'm down here.
That was funny. Well, here's the thing. Laura seems to think that she can talk about
Hey, Ash, Smokey P.
anybody in the community. She can talk about anybody in the community, and she does. Every time she goes live, she talks. I mean, every time she does a drama stream, she talks about other people in the community. But if somebody else does a live and they talk about her, then it's when is it going to stop? Is somebody going to have to get hurt before it stops? When's the hate going to stop? And then
She's so full of shit.
the very next day she'll be sitting on a panel bashing somebody.
Oh, I know. We have
But don't forget, guys, she's not a drama channel. She's a vlogger. She blogs now. She's never been a drama channel.
Okay, what is the definition of a vlogger? I don't know that. What is
MFW would be a vlogger. She is the type of person that shows her life, cooking, going on car rides, showing her family, swimming. Somebody that talks about themselves in their life, that's a blogger. What Laura
shows
does
it.
is what everybody else does, drama.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Laura cook, but that's okay.
Is Red Dragon still in chat?
She made a cake.
No, I think Laura's live, so she split. But
Okay,
I'm
I
sure.
want to know why when our hearts were broken, or I can't speak for all of you, but I know that a lot of you were on the call. Sorry, I live next door to the airport. When the night that Serendipity left,
Hey, figure skating coach.
the night I finally realized she left, we were all on a voice call in Discord. And please, Laura, tell me I'm lying about this, because I'll put all 4 of my kids on this, even the weird one,
Oh, don't say that.
I was like, wow, Sarah left. I mean, she went nuts. Go away. I love you, but what the F do you want me to do? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow. I go, oh, so we're just numbers? People are just disposable like that? I'm like, wow. And Red Dragon, did you ever ask why you don't care about the other rooms? And maybe you don't. I wouldn't have. I don't. But I believe, and I could be wrong on this, so if I am, correct me, because I'm not here to gossip about Laura. I got enough going on in my own life.
Pixie.
I'm going to turn a negative into a positive overnight, though, because every day we put our 2 feet on the ground and wake up. That's a blessing from
Oh,
God.
absolutely, Galway. You know, I don't regret a thing that happened in the past
Amen.
because
I'm
I
going
get to
back to
be with
chat.
you guys.
Oh
You
Amen.
my
guys are
God,
some
Sarah,
amazing ladies.
that was my biggest blessing that I ever, when you came over to Laura's, because I always thought, God, I like her, but I'm not supposed to.
Well, we
That's
got
sick.
into a little tiff one time in the comment section, and I was like, Tawanda, I always liked you.
I know. I always
Sarah,
liked you too.
can I tell you that there's one other girl? She and I probably get into a tiff, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I think it's only made us closer because we always come back to, we're going to talk it out.
Oh,
Oh,
I know
And,
what you're
absolutely.
talking
you know,
about.
you girls all help. You'll be like, wait, you know, maybe you guys misunderstood each other. And it only builds stronger relationships, you know.
Yep.
All this
Mm-hmm.
women empowerment, I left there hating other women that I didn't know. Like,
Me
how is that
too.
empowering women? Empowering people, anybody. I left there feeling like if I could go back to, you know, high school or grade school, I needed my pleated skirt back on and my collared shirt all the way to the top and my high socks to go to confession every day, 15 times a day.
Yeah.
And that's not her fault. It was my own fault too. But I cannot handle someone coming in here saying anything about hatred when you sit in a room where every single day people's weight, looks, addictions, losses in their
And
family.
that shit got tiring. Like, why am I gonna pay somebody to do that? That it's just so it's wrong. Like, she wanted to bring these pictures in of these people and then, say how ugly they were and how much prettier she is. That shit got old real quick.
I just have one thing to say.
Exactly.
I have a cake in my kitchen and it is crying because how you call that thing a cake. And I can't get it to stop crying. I wish you all would just please stop
Ash,
talking about the cake like that. Okay.
Ash, I kind of spoke some truth. Early in the beginning of my live, I went on a good, probably 10-minute rant, got everything that I've been wanting to say since I started my channel. So that's probably why she's tripping all of a sudden. And all the ex-Patreons, the recent ones, are up on panel right now. So I think that's the other reason.
Well,
Well,
Jenna,
I'm not.
the
I'm not going to
thing
be in your
is,
group anymore if y'all keep talking about cakes like that. It's not fair. Cakes lives matter. I gotta go. I'll be in the chat.
Now, what were you going to say, Sarah?
I don't know now.
I was talking about how I went on my rant of truth for, a good 10 minutes and got everything out that I've been wanting to get out. And,
And then
you
Red
know,
Dragon came in here.
yeah.
And
And I,
it's really sad because all of us used to be close. And then, once we left Laura, Red Dragon and all of them just decided they have this hate for us. And it's nothing that we did to them personally. It's because of Laura, which is a shitty way to treat people. You don't dislike someone just because, your leader doesn't like them anymore. That is
Sarah, think about
ridiculous
it.
and
Do you
it
even
childish.
know
should
any of
say a
those new
lot,
names in there? There's people in those chats that I don't even know
but
that have
it should
hatred
say a
toward
lot
people.
when
I mean, us.
I asked Red Dragon to tell me what I did that I lied about.
I've
And
never
it
heard her
even
talk like
came
that to anybody.
and it even came back when she came back. It wasn't even that I lied to her. Her answer was, you said you would never drag, what was it? I would never drag or hate on Laura. That is what she says I lied to her about. And I don't drag on Laura and I don't hate on Laura. I
No, you speak
sit
the
here
truth.
and I speak the truth. And I felt that the Patreons, Laura flat out lies to them. And they're paying her and they have the right to know. And it would
I've
kind
begged
of blew
Laura
my
to
mind
prove.
when she said that was the reason why she's mad at me. And it had, yet again, like you said, nothing to do with me and her personally. It
Right.
has to do with her supporting Laura and needing to be in here so Laura can see that she's fighting for Laura.
I know, but
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, think about it, babe. You know, I did that with Mommy of Three Girls. I did it with I did it with so many of the first Patreons that left. I white knighted. Laura would never do that. She's not like that. I look back at it, and you know what? I am so blessed that each and every one of them forgave me, and let's just roll from where we go.
Yep.
And they've never said, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, and I just feel blessed that I got to meet them and that they know my heart and that we all made mistakes because we supported somebody we probably shouldn't have been supporting. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you say? I really thought that she was being done wrong. I really thought people were picking on her. I never seen the other side of it until when I stepped out that night. I mean, there was many, many, many times, and Kelly, you know this, that I got pissed off about different things, and I'd say, I can't support this, I can't support that. And then when I finally left, it was like it's like my eyes were opened up. I mean, Mommy of Three tried to tell me. I mean,
They all did. They
yeah,
say once you leave, it's like the blinders come off and
yeah,
you see,
Clarity.
and it's clarity, and you actually can see because you have a one track mind when you're in Patreon to hate the people Laura hates. And that was it. We didn't care if they were being funny. We didn't care if they were speaking anything that might remotely be the truth. It didn't matter. Our focus was you were supposed to hate that person. And now that we're gone, we let that blinders up
yeah,
and it's like holy crap.
yeah.
It's like you went from being colorblind to not being colorblind. You
And
know?
now watch Laura. Every time she goes live, she says how the expatrians lie on her. I've asked her multiple times to point out where I have ever lied on her, and she refuses to answer me. In fact, she ignores me and blocks me.
Well, I just
Correct.
wonder why. I wonder why people who have ex Patreons don't have streams about ex Patreons. Hmm.
Yeah.
Laura's the
That
only
is
one
so
that I know
true,
that has
Ash.
has has streams about ex Patreons.
Ash said, okay, Laura, no one has to prove anything to us on this side. We ask nothing of them. Just here to be friends and have a good time. Stop that. And it's true because
I know the
she
girls have.
sits there and tries to say that all the ex-Patreons, we just get together and we just get on this hate train, as they say, and we just bash her with a bunch of lies.
That's not
Now,
true. Why can't she prove those lies?
exactly. None of us are
What
here
what
to
lies
just.
are we saying? What lies
Ex-
are we saying?
I would love to know. I really would love to know because when we do call her out on it, and that has been proven, there was one time I did a live and I said, show where we're lying because she doesn't ignore me as much as she ignores Sarah. She won't mess with Sarah. And I think it's the funniest thing and the greatest thing. But she went
Well, I'm
live.
Sarah's mom, so
And she went live that following day. And instead of proving that we lied, instead, she showed screenshots of us talking crap about each other. Because her way of was like, okay, I'm going to show that they talked crap about each other. So it will break that friendship. It will break that bond. And it didn't happen. We all sat here and laughed. We thought it was the funniest thing because when we left, we all sat down and talked and said, "Hey, I might have not have said some nice things about you back in Patreon, you know, and I just want you to know I'm sorry," or whatever. So instead of proving where we lied, she doesn't. She comes out and shows screenshots of us talking crap about each other, and she thinks that's how she proves her lies.
Because
It
she's a
doesn't work.
manipulator.
She is.
I mean, Jenna, we couldn't even leave, and within a week, and I'm just going to say this, and if you want to elaborate on it, because it was your little Discord. Because let's be honest, guys, you know, a lot of those Patreons that are still there, and I don't want to say their names because I just don't. They know how I felt. They were in Discord every morning. They knew my heart was heavy and things like that. But you know what I'm talking about when you're on a call and you hear keys. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but they
saying?
never disagree. But that's the thing. They're her supporters, and not that I would throw names out there or anything, but they never disagreed with what we were saying that was upsetting us. They know. Like I said, there's Patreons out there that are still supporting her and that know we're not sitting here lying on Laura. They know what we're showing is the truth.
Oh,
But
I still talk to one via email, and she
Mhm.
tells me all the time, Sarah, I know you're not lying. I don't know what else to do. And it's,
Exactly.
I talk to her all the time.
I know
And just,
there's Patreons that they still, they still contact me, and they've told
yeah.
me I don't know how to leave. I'm worried about leaving. I don't want to be dragged like you girls have been dragged. I don't think I'm tough enough. I said, you know what? I said, leave Patreon, change your YouTube name, and tell us who you are, and then you don't have to worry about it, But I understand. I totally understand how they feel.
Laura tries to intimidate people because she'll throw things out there. She's thrown out how she has credit card and name information and where people live, all because of Patreon. I can't tell you how many times I've heard her say that.
Yep.
Come on
She
down to my
intimidates
house.
them. So then they're scared to death to leave. So they rather pay their 20 bucks, 5 bucks, 10 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever it is. They rather pay that than risk leaving and having her dox them, call them horrible names like she does us, all that. They rather just pay her once a month and keep the peace than have the strength to leave. And
I've had
eventually,
other people tell me, where am I supposed to go? Because I left the other side, went to Laura, and then if I go back to the other side, then I'm going to be called a flip flopper.
well,
And
Laura,
that's
Sarah is proven. Sarah is proven that that doesn't matter around here because Sarah, before she was a Patreon, her and Laura used to talk about it all the time on her panel. How her and Sarah did not get along. I don't know if you were really on the other side, Sarah, because you've always been like you know. So I don't want to say you were on the other side, but you had your differences with Laura, and then you became
Oh, for
friends
sure.
with her. Right. Then you became friends with her, decided to be a Patreon, and then now you decide not to. And to us, there is no sides. You know, once you leave, you're you. You don't have to be, it feels like Patreons are Laura. And when you leave, you get to be you. I finally got to leave and be Jenna Moon, where when I was a Patreon, I felt like I was Laura Jenna Moon. Does that make sense?
There's some things on both sides that I don't think are right. I just don't
Oh,
involve
definitely.
myself. Yeah. So when they talk about it, I'm just like, I ain't going there.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I say all the time, I'm on my own side. I'm not sitting there saying the other side, quote unquote, the other side. I agree with everything they say, and I'm sitting there fist pumping them. No, there's some things that I don't agree with, but I just don't go to that channel or I just don't engage or whatever, you know? And same with Laura. Like, I legit do not watch her. Legit. Do not. Since the day I left, I unsubscribed all her channels and I do not even hate watch her.
No,
Like, some people hate watch her, and that's perfectly fine, but I am not one of them. I legit don't watch her. I've been told last week. Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie talked about me, I guess. Laura talked about me last week. People messaged me and said, hey, they're talking about you. I was like, okay, that's well and good. Do you think I got off the email and went and listened? No. Still to this day, I have no clue what they said because I don't care. I don't care. I'm here and I'm speaking my truth and I don't care what they say, you know?
Well, I
Laura
care.
is vindictive. Let me tell you what she did. Last month, she sent a screenshot of one of my old pictures and sent it to someone else. And she's trying to get a fight between me and this other person. I haven't made a video or gone live about it because I really don't care. But it just proves that Laura does look people up on their personal website or Facebooks and things like that. She absolutely does, and then she'll send them around behind your back and talk shit about you, which is
Right, because
bullshit.
she's gotten smarter now. And like I said, she used to share them all in the secret chats. That's what she did. I mean, I could show so many people. I think there's people in there, I don't even know who they are. And I could put them, and they're probably, they're obviously want somebody on the other side or whatever. I don't even know who they are, because their avatar isn't even them, and there's a picture of them. I don't know what they are. But now she's gotten smarter where she doesn't put it in chat because she's, the expatriates have left and shown her truth that she does look people up and she does go in people's personal things. Now she does it personally for herself, whether she does it through email or just a single chat now. That's what she does,
She's just vindictive. And, a few weeks ago, I'm doing videos on her pointing out the things that she's not very truthful about, but I always keep it on YouTube, right? Well,
Right.
she did a live and she started saying how she could go into our messages and tell things I wouldn't want let out. Boy, that pissed me off. If that's how you feel, Laura, you go ahead and do it. I don't hide anything. So I don't understand why she thought she could come at me with our personal messages. Like that's going to intimidate me or something.
Yeah, that's
Not going to
threatening.
happen.
Like when
Yeah.
she said, keep it up. And I won't even just go for you. And I might be saying this wrong. So help me out, Jenna, if you remember exactly how it was said. Something in regards to, I'll go for your husbands, I'll go for your kids. And it was a direct threat. I mean, that's going to make a
Wow.
person that's just a sub, not that a sub is just a sub, but you know what I'm saying. They don't go live. They don't have a channel to,
But then she goes on her lives and says, when is all this going to stop? Because she knows her subs that are in her chats doesn't have a clue what she does behind the scenes. They have no clue. Oh,
Right. Exactly.
I mean, if people don't get that part, then I don't know what to tell them anymore. And one other thing, and then I'm going to jump down. Is this the third common ground tomorrow night?
Well, no, actually, it's technically the second because Smokey did his common ground, and then I was kind of doing a recap of his common ground, and it ended up kind of being another common ground. And then tomorrow, Smokey and Truth. So yeah, technically it's the third, but I like to say the second because I really was trying to do, not that it wasn't great, but I kind of was trying to just do a cover to talk about what happened. So
kind of like a recap.
The second, right? I kind of did a recap, right?
And maybe if people have questions based on say because streams have to end. Not everybody can stream for 12 hours. But are Laura and her subs, Patreons, and members not invited? Did I not get this memo?
No, they are absolutely invited. Like we said, there is no sides. Everybody is absolutely invited. And I have to say, the night that I did the review on it, somebody from Laura's came in I offered them the panel. They refused to come up. I remember in Smoky Peas, somebody from
It
Laura's,
was Bonnie.
right,
She was
somebody
addressing
came
me.
in and she was talking and we offered her a panel and she refused. And like when I offered Red Dragon today in my quick live, I said, I'll meet you at Common Ground. I would love to know what you're mad at me about, blah, blah, blah. She wrote in my comment section, come to Laura's instead. So in my opinion, I think her Patreons were told that they're not allowed to be in Common Ground. Just my opinion. And I think that's why they don't come over. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But
So it
that's
must
my
be
opinion.
something. And I still want to know why Red Dragon, again, I'll speak for myself, when I was hurt, I was genuinely hurt, over things that I was told. Sarah, for one, oh, she's lying. I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, wow, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to get into it again because that is the past, and we're not going to get common ground
Right.
anywhere talking about that.
About the past. Right.
However, you guys lie, but yet everything you put out is proof. I don't understand. But we were called shady. Look at all these shady bitches. Remember in Truths that night? Well, we
Yes.
just wanted a platform to just, I mean, people do deserve to hear, like, people I've been sub to and I've known since 2016. Well, don't just come in my chat now. When you were with Laura, not one of them ever said that to me, Jenna. Not
Really?
one, as they would say, the other side.
Right.
Never one.
No.
Laura
Never
coined
one
the other
time.
side.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember, she did. Because I can remember being a Patreon for Laura, and I went into Amanda Lynn's a couple of times because I wanted to clarify something or I wanted to fix something. But they never made me feel unwelcome. They didn't just boot me because I came in. They knew I was still with Laura. They knew I was still a Patreon. But I came in to say what I had. I did it respectfully. They didn't boot me. Like with Laura, we walk in. I mean, me and Sarah are blocked. I don't know if Galloway is. I don't know if Tawanda is. But I find it so comical when she calls us to her panel. I'm blocked. And if we walk in, I've seen so many ex-Patreons walk in and we say something. It's not rude. It's not, whatever. It's just how we feel and we do it respectfully. She blocks it. Like, I don't know.
She was teaming
and
up
you
on
know,
Mandy
and
the
you-
other day. Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
No, you go ahead, Sarah, honey.
She was teaming up on Mandy the other day. And, I kind of told her, I was like, don't come in here trying to intimidate Mandy. 2 seconds later, I'm blocked.
Well, I went on other people's panels during the time I was a Patreon. And she never came out and said it to me. Well, she did a couple times. But I heard after the fact how much I was in trouble about it, and I'm thinking, I never talked about her or anything else. I was just in the chat. Or if I donated, God help me.
Oh, she would get mad if you donated to Diane. Oh, God.
I still remember the day that she found out you were a wrench for Jay for Justice. You would have thought the whole world ended. Holy Jesus.
I was a wrench for Jay for Justice before I was ever in her Patreon.
I don't know. That was a night. I remember that one. But yeah, I mean, like I said, was this the direction of my life tonight? It wasn't, but I feel good that I did this live. I feel better. I feel like I finally, like I've been doing lives and talking about Laura, and I've letting a little bit things here and a little bit of things there. But tonight, I literally just opened up the floodgates and just let it out, and I
And
feel
that's
so much
healthy.
better. I do.
Yeah.
I feel so much better that I literally opened that up and just said exactly what has been bothering me from the day I left. And now I can move on, and I feel like now I can move on. Not that I wasn't moved on before, I don't want it to sound like that, but I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel better, you
I know
know?
how you feel. I
Yeah.
know how you feel because it's like you hold all this stuff in, you hold all this stuff in, and all of a sudden it just like it falls out of your mouth. You just can't help it, and then when you're done, you're like, that feels better.
hmm It
It's
does.
okay. It's
But I'm
okay.
just tired of being told we're liars. That's the one thing. I'm tired of being told we're liars. We
I
have
know.
I'm
not
not going to
lied about
lie.
anything. Sarah has brought the proof. I have brought the proof. Even though I don't have a community post, I've even given the proof to others so they can put it on their community posts because I don't have a community post.
Yet
Nothing
you're getting
we
close.
have said. Right. Nothing we have said has ever been a lie. And I'm just so tired of hearing that we're on a hate train. We're just trying to bash her. We're trying to ruin her business. Now to me, you're ruining your own business.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us. Be
Nope.
true to your Patreons.
Yep.
Be
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 true to the
true to
people
your
who are
Patreons.
true to
Treat
you.
them better than you treated us.
Yep.
I want you to learn something. Treat them better than you treated us. Actually be their friend instead of saying they were your friend when you were never the friend. Like learn from what we're trying to tell you. I mean, you could take this and take it as constructive criticism and learn what you did to your expatriates to try to make your business better. And instead, you're so hell bent on you're so hell bent on proving yourself instead of actually shutting
Her
up.
image is all she cares about. She
Right.
is so vain.
She is. Instead of shutting up for 5 minutes and actually take your vain self out and listen to the words that are coming out of the expatriates' mouths, you could absolutely have a respectful business and a better business if you would actually take what we have tried to tell you that you have done wrong in your business and to the people that support you. But I
And
don't
it's
know.
really sad that go ahead.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
It's really sad that Red Dragon came and was in the chat calling people bitches and just being really vile, because Red Dragon used to be really soft spoken and really
Oh,
nice.
she
It,
said
it it
she did
bothers me
that.
that she did that. Oh yeah. It
Yeah,
bothers me
she
she did
was.
that.
She was, and I was, I was watching it, but like I've always said, I have amazing mods, and I know my mods would take it so far, and then they weren't, but they wanted to give her a place to speak, because I was confronting her, so I
And
knew
we
my mods
cared
weren't
about her
going
at
to
one
get rid
point,
of her, right? But you could, it seemed, I have to say, watching her, it was like watching Laura coming
Oh,
into a
absolutely.
chat. It wasn't Red Dragon coming into a chat. It was Laura coming into a chat. That's how I
Well,
felt.
I'm gonna get off here, but I'm gonna tell you some wise words of my father. He told
Ooh, okay.
he told me the other day, to be successful, you need to surround yourself with successful people.
That's very
Oh,
powerful. That's true.
That end, I was like, oh, daddy. And he goes, yep. He goes, that's what I've done in my life. That's why daddy's going to be 87 on the 25th. And
that's
that's
awesome.
why he's very successful. And
With
that's what
age comes wisdom.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yep,
So just remember that.
I will. Thank you, Tawanda. Thank you for coming up. And
All
thank you for
right.
just being you.
I love you, girls.
Love you too.
Love you, Twanda.
I love
I'm
you,
gonna
Kim.
jump down too, but I have some words of wisdom also.
Okay.
You re-
I'm
you
listening.
ready?
Yep, we're ready.
I love you.
Okay. Be the change you want to see.
Oh,
And that's it.
that's
I like that.
I like that one too.
Yep.
Yep. Because you
All
can't.
right.
Because if you don't see the change you want to be, you'll never change. It's
Yep.
true. It's true.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming up.
Thanks for
I
having
really.
us up.
All
We
right.
love you, Jenna.
Love you, girls. So I'm sorry we weren't watching chat. I thank all the ladies that came up tonight. I'm sorry I haven't been watching chat, but I thank you guys for all being in here and supporting us and supporting me. And I just feel blessed and lucky that I have amazing people in my chat and amazing people that I've met on YouTube. I'm on the porch and I'm getting eaten alive. So you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Very true. Very true. Truth. That rhymed. But I am getting eaten alive, and so I am going to jump off for the evening. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting me. Again, everybody, tomorrow night, another Common Ground Live. It's going to be on Truth's panel at 9 o'clock. If you want to speak, and you can email at subslivesmatter@yahoo.com. You need to get those emails in before 9 o'clock. I know Smokey said that if you do not feel comfortable coming up and speaking, but you want your words to be heard, make sure if you email him, you write in the email that you do not mind that he reads your email because he does not feel comfortable reading an email without permission. So if you don't feel comfortable, I mean, of course, we would love to have you guys up on panel, but we also understand that a lot of people are not there yet, and that's okay. But we still want to hear what you have to say because your words matter. You're part of this community and your words matter. So you can email and just make sure you write in the email that he can speak about it. If you want to be anonymous and your name, you don't want your name to be spoken, also put that in the email. Put in the email that I'd like to stay anonymous, but you can read it. I hope you guys all have a good night. I will see you guys all tomorrow night on Common Ground. Have a wonderful night. If you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the likes, hit the likes. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye, guys.